Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're just going to start off by going in with this MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, and we're going to apply that all over the eyelid, and then taking the lightest shade in the Stila Eyes of the Window palette, and we're just going to lay this down on top of it. Then just going in with this clay pot by Tarte. This is in the shade Bronze, and I am using a Zoeva winged eyeliner brush to do this, just to start mapping out this cut crease, and then I am going in with this Zoeva pencil brush just to buff it out. I do recommend working very quickly with this product as it does dry quite fast. Then taking the chocolate shade from that same palette, I'm just going to use this to further define the cut crease. So I'm just going in with that same pencil brush, laying down the product, and then taking a buffing brush and just buffing out the edges just to make sure everything is very blended. And I went back in with this a few times just to build up the depth of color and to continue blending that out and get the desired color depth that I was looking for. I then decided to go back in with that same chocolate brown shade, and this time I took another angled brush. This one isn't as thin as the first one, but the purpose of this was just to cut that crease a little bit more and create a more defined line. Then just buffing the lighter shade in that palette along my brow bone just to help any blending and to make that brow bone pop a little bit more. And then I took the gold shade from this palette and I decided to pack that all over the lid. I had to go back in with this a few times because it wasn't building up to the intensity that I wanted, and eventually I ended up spraying my brush with some Fix Plus just to really create that sparkle that I was looking for. I then went back in with that Tarte eyeliner and I decided to do a wing along my top lash line. I didn't want to do a dramatic wing, just something nice and thin just to sort of tie in with the cut crease that we have. And then just going back in with that chocolatey brown shade, and I'm just going to pack that on top of that liner just to make it a little bit more opaque and add a little bit more dimension to it. Then you see me going straight in and applying these lotus lashes in the style number 7, and then I am just going in with my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye to conceal and highlight the high points of my face. And then as always, just going in with my Real Technique sponge just to blend everything out. In hindsight, I do wish that I didn't use a concealer that was so light because it did look a little bit funny at the end. You can definitely get away with it, but it was just a little bit too highlighted for me. Usually when I use this concealer, I'm not as tanned as I was here. So yes, I do regret using a concealer that was very, very light. I wish I opted for something that was a little bit darker. So now I'm just going in with my Chanel Tan de Soleil bronzer, and I'm just going to bronze up my face with this. I absolutely love this product so much for just a very natural sun-kissed glow to the skin. It's a very, very beautiful product and it's definitely worth the price. Then just to set underneath my eyes and the high points of my face, I'm just taking a mix of MAC Emphasize and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Banana Powder. And then you see me going in with the Anastasia Contour Powder, and this is in the shade Java, I believe. I could be wrong because I always get this mixed up with another one, so I will leave it listed down below for you guys. Then you see me going in with Moonstone by Becca, and I'm just applying this to the high points of my face. You guys know the drill, pretty much everywhere, as I love highlighter so much. And then you see me going in with this Charlotte Tilbury blush. I believe this is in the shade The Climax, but I could be wrong. I'm not too sure. I'll leave it down below for you guys. And I just really love this blush. It's very pretty. And then just going back in and finishing off the lower lash line with this warm shade, and I'm just going to buff this along the lower lash line pretty roughly, and then I'm going back in with that chocolate brown color and just applying this to the outer corner of the eye just to add a little bit of definition. Then I'm just going in with a mix of these two Zoeva pencils. One is a gold color and the other one is like a champagne gold. I'll leave them listed down below because I can't remember the names. Basically just applying those on the inner corner, and then just going in with the lightest shimmery shade in that same palette, and I'm just applying that to the inner corner just to have like a really intense pop. And then you see me just going in with Lumiere by Kathleen Lights. This is the lippy pencil, and then I go in with the lippy stick straight after. And I absolutely love this color. So that is it for this tutorial, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can keep up with all my future videos and tutorials, and I will see you guys next time.